Everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul Nguma, founder of PATTERNOLOGY LAB. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with y'all the top 2 stocks that all of you should be keeping in your watch list for next week. I'm also going to be answering some of you guys' questions for those of y'all who dropped those in the comment section of our last video. And I'm also going to be doing a trade recap for some of y'all, right after the intro. All right, y'all. Before we begin, again, do not forget to annihilate the like button on your way in. All right. So let's get started right off the bat. The market right now is currently climbing. The futures market is open, which is good. I told y'all on, I think it was Thursday, that I was expecting the price target of 42.80 to be hit. We are literally $2 away. I think it can do a little bit more and go through that. So just keep your eyes out on that. I'm not bearish on the market. I think this trend will continue for a little bit longer throughout the week towards like 42.20. All right. It will be. I don't know if it's gonna be a smooth ride or whether it's gonna be a little choppy. Either way, the trend is still bullish. So just keep your eyes on that for the SPY. Now, the first stock that all of you should be keeping in your watch list, that stock is FUBO. All right. And the reason why I want to share FUBO with all of you, again, FUBO is trying to recover at the moment. Like, it's doing really, really well. Its last earnings was quite phenomenal, and we were able to take some trades on here. But right now, it's showing something new. It's showing something really, really good that I want to share with all of y'all, and it's right here. The pattern is right there. All right. It broke out of this bullish pennant. All right, and it's holding pretty well, and we got in right over here. As soon as it broke out, this is where we started buying calls, and I think that it's gonna open at exactly like 34.50, maybe 34.60. There could be like another buying opportunity right there before we bounce. All right, and the price target that I have for this one, this is actually really, really, really clean. I think it's going to go all the way to these levels right over here, right there. All right between $38, maybe $39 within the next few days. So definitely keep this one on your watch list as well. Not a bad company at all. I actually like FUBO, and the contracts are pretty nice in FUBO. The payout is pretty good, so keep it on your watch list for next week. Now, the next one that all of you should be keeping on your watch list, that stock is none other than FSLY. Again, all right. Now, this is the second time I share this one with y'all for the same exact reason. This one is still looking good. I like the fact that it gave a buying opportunity like right after I released that video right over here. Again, right there at around like $59, and another buying opportunity over here. These was like added points right there. So I'm still bullish on this one. I still have all of my calls on it. The price target is still the same. I still think that we get up here very, very soon, right? Between like 65, maybe 67 within the next few days. Is trying to recover, is doing its best. Was this stock upgraded before? Probably. I don't know. I haven't looked at that in a long time. But either way, this is looking very, very good. So keep it on your watch list. For some of y'all who bought calls on Friday, again, this one is a hold for me, and watch for that 65 to $70 range to take some money off the table and to pay yourself, because that is very important. Now let's talk about you guys' stocks of interest. Now, the very first one that we're going to be talking about in this video, somebody asked about FuelCell. All right, and a FuelCell, I'm not trading this one. The price is like super low at like $8. It had a good run before, it cooled down, and now it's going sideways in this little box right there. How long is this gonna stay in this box? I honestly have no idea. The volume is kind of low, like really, really low, and it's just not appealing to me. I want to see some more action on here. It didn't had good earnings. The reaction to earnings was terrible, and it's going down, and I think it might just go down just a little bit further towards $8 before we see some type of like revival on this one. I don't have high expectations of it. I just think that we're gonna stay in this box. I think we're gonna stay in here for a while before we get out of here, right? And this little trend right there is the same thing that Plug is also doing. Plug had different numbers to earnings. It had a good first day, and then day 2 and day 3 were just terrible. It's just going sideways and going down. So that one might take a while as well. Let's take a look at Plug. All right, since somebody asked about it. So this is what I'm talking about. Day 1 good, day 2, day 3, day 4. It's just not doing too great. How long is it gonna be chilling out here before making a move towards like 37 to 40 bucks? I have no idea. I really don't know. Is it something to be watching for the next few days? Yeah, definitely. The stock is trying to recover from these lows. It's really trying, guys. So y'all have to be very patient, especially for those of y'all who are long-term investors, right? If it dips again, I'm sure y'all be all over it for you long-term investors. But as for me, I am not in Plug at the moment, and yeah, I really don't have high expectations of the stock. And that is my very honest opinion of it. Now, the next one that we're going to be covering, this one looks pretty good. Somebody asked about it in the comment section of our last video. That stock is PSFE. And PSFE is actually breaking out of a giant flag right here, right there. All right. Well, it's not breaking out. That it tried to. It really tried to. It might actually open up tomorrow at like 1267. All right, and then it could sprint all the way up to 14 bucks. I'm not bearish on it. I wouldn't short the stock at these levels. That's stupid. You don't do that. So definitely watch this one for a potential long. Is this company a reputable company? I don't know much about it. I really cannot tell you, but I can just tell you from the charts perspective that there is a flag on here. And as a short seller, you don't short flags that are about to like run to like 16 and 18. You just don't do that. So keep your eyes on this one for a move up all the way over here to the person who asked about it. How long is it gonna take to get there? I mean, will it get there sooner than the circle? I think it could, but eventually we'll see. Time will tell. But I'm not bearish on it. So if you're bullish on this one, this is definitely a hold if you're already in it. It's doing quite well in after hours anyway. So that's for that stock. Now for the trade recap. LULU was another stock that I took a trade on, apart from CAT and FSLY. And the reason why I took a trade on it is actually because, again, on the chart, there is like this reverse head and shoulders. It was looking quite good, and it looked like it had some more room to run, especially with the way the market was looking this week. So where did I get it? Let's see. Let me just change this thing to that one. And we got in right over here at like 52. It was only 20 seconds, so it was somewhere over here. Let's go to the Robinhood account. So this is the LULU history. If you go all the way down to like here, this is when I started buying. So the 21st was when I started buying at like 10 o'clock. All right, so I bought 3 calls again for 1200, and then I added again on the 21st, and then I added again. The price is relatively similar, so it was at the same price. And then on the 22nd, I bought more calls for 528, and that one was at 854. And then I added again for another one at 909 on the same day, and I added again, and then I actually took profits off the table. So let's go on to the chart right here. All right, so this is the 22nd, and when it got to 360, which was my first price target for the stock, again, entry right over here in these regions, right? And then add in, and then the exits was right out here at 360. Somewhere over here, this is where we started taking some money off to pay yourself, because paying yourself is important, right? And then I decided to just let the other calls ride all the way until like Friday. So if we go back on here, after taking some profits off of here and over here again on the 22nd, I bought another call for the 365 call for 7.2 for 425, and then I bought three more calls. I added again, all right, because the ultimate price target that I had for the stock was anywhere at like 370. If it could go a little higher, that would be fantastic, right? And eventually it got there. As you can see right over here, this is when I started selling a lot. I reduced my size for some reason. I don't know why I did that. That was not a good move at all. At 8:52 on the 24th, which was right over here. Okay, yeah, I'll reduce my size over here. Right before this little drop, which was not a good decision. I should have gotten back that position somewhere over here or somewhere over here. But I just reduced it just in case it misbehaved. And on Friday, it definitely did not misbehave. It went exactly to the price target that I have of 371. And I got rid of all of my calls. I started getting rid of them at 842 for $775, which was right over here. Right over here, yeah, right at the top. This is where I started selling, selling again, and selling again, as y'all see right there. I exited that position, all of them. Last sell was at 853, all right? And that is exactly where I circled right over here. This is where I was all out of my position on Lulu. So that's my trade on Lulu. The next one was Workhorse. That one I lost money on. I took the trade on it because the setup was looking quite good until it still looks good. All right, this is the setup that I saw on there, and then I added on here. I started buying in right over here on that day, right there. This is where I started buying calls and buying more calls. All right, so let's go onto the Robinhood account Workhorse history. So yeah, 1257, 3 calls. All right, and then I bought 3 more calls, and then I bought 6 more calls to end that day. I was expecting a much bigger move than that right there. This was very disappointing. This is not what I wanted to see. It wasn't behaving the way I wanted it to behave. So my $1,400 investment turned into a $300 loss after I got out of here, right over here. And then eventually it just stayed there. All right, now does this thing have room? I think it definitely does. It's just that I wanted to move that money somewhere else that could pay me more on that day, especially on Friday. All right, so yeah, in regards to this stock, in regards to Workhorse, it still looks good. I'm just being very patient. Again, I can always get back in, and let me show you guys that loss. So yeah, this is the $1,400 buy, and then this is the $300 loss when I got out of there. All right, so that's for that. Now, the other trade that I want to share with y'all, that one was on Netflix. All right. And Netflix, I decided to take a trade on there because it was looking quite good. The market was bullish and I liked it. I like that initial push right over here on that first day, right there. All right. And as you can see, I already had that circled. This is where I got it with calls. This is where we started buying up calls, right? As soon as it broke 500, this was the time to average in, accumulate, and buy and hold. So let's go onto here in Netflix, and let's go down to right over here. So 1038, again, 2 calls, 1 call buy over here, another buy over here, and another buy over here for 700, and another buy and another buy. So a total of like 6 calls that was purchased on the 22nd. All right, so buy again, right? And then all we did was just held all the way through, and obviously it takes some money as it climbs because paying yourself as it goes up is very, very important. The major move that I wanted to see was this one, the move all the way up to like 530. I wanted it to be a little faster over here, but again, it just took a sweet time. And in trading, it's important that you're patient. All right, if you're patient and you hold and you can take some money as it goes up, it's fine, but make sure that you take a lot of the money and you leave some for like the remainder of the ride up. And let's see the Robinhood account again. So I started selling. I sold 3 calls for some profit, the 515 calls, which I bought over here for 750. That was the average price. I sold it for 924 each. All right, and then I sold the 510 call that I bought. That one, the average price was around 600. I sold two calls for 1100 each, and then I bought back in again with the 525 call for 580 ish. All right, and I bought that one at 1 p.m. because I was waiting for the break of 519, which was right over here. All right, 519 was a level that got rejected quite a few times, and I was just waiting patiently just to see. I wanted to see some momentum with it, so I decided to buy calls on this one. And then on Friday, the stock really popped off. Some people grabbed YOLO calls before going in, added on YOLO calls. I mean, just to make some extra money on that move, and they got paid as well. So let's go back over here. And on Friday, the last 510 call that I had, I sold it for 220 just to take some money off the table. And I have like two more calls left to swing for next week because I do think that Netflix can go a lot higher. I think it can go a lot higher, towards like the 540, maybe towards the 545. So definitely keep this one on your watch list as well. So that's how I did. Now let's see, again, some of y'all have questions about how people in the Discord do. So let's just go straight into the Discord. All right. And yeah, so this is the 25, and this is when everybody started posting. And by the way, we were watching BABA as well. Some people took some trades on that, and this person made like $1,576 on BABA. Another person made $2,000 on Thursday, and then added more to the bag on Friday. Right. So let's keep on scrolling. Again, not everybody makes money. Most people make money. All right. It's not perfect. We don't make money every single day, but most times we do. Some people struggle as well. Again, there's other circumstances going on in people's lives, right? That their entry may not be as good, may not be on time, but for the most part, we're doing pretty good. So this person right here made, I think, 3 grand on that one. Yeah, an average of $2,500 over that week. Another person made $600 on a YOLO call on Netflix, right? Over here. And then somebody else made $1,500. Another person made $800 on BABA. Again, as I told y'all before, we were watching BABA. And yes, I am still bullish on BABA. For those of y'all who asked about that, I am bullish on BABA. So watch that one as well for next week. Somebody is recovering right here, made 2 grand last week. Again, like I said, not perfect. We try to be, all right. Most times are good. Sometimes are a bit rocky, but eventually we get back into a profitable rhythm. Somebody else made $800 on Friday as well. This was another person with $1,500 in profit on Netflix. And again, somebody else took that LULU trade, made another $1,000 here. And then this is how like everybody's week should have looked. Like if you were on point and paying attention to the timing of the entries and all that, this is how the week should have looked. But again, as I said, some people are struggling. That's something that we definitely aim to like work on. So yeah, just giving y'all a bit of more realistic perspective of how things are going in the Discord. Another person made $1,100. And yeah, again, these are all the gains. Let me just scroll through here. That way y'all can see. Somebody else made 2 grand last week. And then somebody made 3 grand last week right here. And another person made $1,700 last week. And then we also caught we also caught VIAC as well. Put that on the washes for them. And then lastly, again, BABA. Somebody else made 4 grand on BABA last week. And yeah, it goes on and on. And yeah, so that is how everybody in Discord did. And that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, it helps the channel a lot. It allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are new to the channel, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on these videos when they're newly uploaded. Also, if you'd like to be part of our private Discord community and would like to get the plays in real time, along with the details of the contracts, price target, stop loss, and all of that, you can definitely find that in the very first link of the description of the video below. If you're not following us on social media, you can find me at Paul and Guma and at Patternology Lab on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if all of this is brand new to you, if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, I'll have some step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 15 minutes or less for you to get signed up with all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850 right after you sign up with FUBO using the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Guma with Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video, alright? Enjoy the outro.